What is going on, everybody? My name is Nico and welcome back to another Pokemon competitive video. Today we're hopping back into Sword and Shield. I made a video the other day talking about the new Series 12 rule set, VGC 22 if you will, and it's basically the double restricted Pokemon format. Dynamaxing is allowed, which does make things a little bit interesting and add a little bit of flair to the format, and I'm a little disappointed. I will admit, I'll rehash that I am a little disappointed by this format. I think this format will be fun for a little bit, but it's so long, and the fact that we don't get to use any of the Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, or even the Legends Arceus Pokemon in this rest of the year for Sword and Shield is very disappointing to me. I find it just a little bit sad, but I have been team building, getting my first team ready for Series 12, so I want to share that with you guys today. If this is your first time here on the channel, make sure you are subscribed for more videos like this in the future. Let's get into it. So as I previously stated, this is a 2 restricted Pokemon format. So the 2 that I went with, and I feel like a lot of people are going to go with this because this Pokemon is so dominant, is Zacian. Zacian is on this team. It is a dominating force in the format. Super fun to use, but the second might be a little bit confusing to some because it's not super used right now, and that is Lugia. And I have 2 teams that previously featured these Pokemon that I'm a really big fan of, and I kind of just threw these 2 teams together. So I'll go back and I'll show you real quick here. Let me find them. Both teams are actually featured on the channel as well if you wanted to check it out. I think this is the final version of the Lugia team. Boom, Lugia with G-Max Lapras, Clefairy, Landorus, Therian, Incineroar, and Rillaboom. Then we go back, find it. Where is it at? My Lapdog team. There's so many teams here. Here it is. Lapdog team. This team is also featured on the channel, and both of these teams I really liked using and I thought were very fun. So when I was making this team, I kind of just combined the best of both worlds. I did rotate in a Raichu, which I thought was a little bit better than Clefairy that I had on the previous iterations of the Lugia team, but super fun team. So I'm going to break it down for you. So first up, we have our Lugia here with a weakness policy because it does get the multi-scale. Going into a Dynamax and taking a hit, then activating your weakness policy makes you a threat to whatever is out there in front of you. Now, the reason that I had originally Clefairy is once you got this off, you were able to use Clefairy to just continuously follow me, and that does work. It is a viable strategy that you can use with this particular Pokemon, and obviously if you're going to do that, switch Raichu out. Get rid of Raichu. However, I found so much success using Raichu, especially with how prominent things like Kyogre are right now, that I really liked the Raichu instead of the Clefairy bring, and it does protect your Lugia as well as your Lapras from any electric type attack, so a Regieleki can be kind of put to shame with the Raichu, so I like that. So we have Recover, Aeroblast, Earth Power, and Shadow Ball. The Shadow Ball is mainly for the Shadow Calyrex that you're going to be seeing. You Dynamax, you take the hit with your multi-scale, you get your weakness Paul, and then you go ahead and max Phantasm into the Shadow Rider slot, and you're going to be doing big damage. You're going to get that out of your way, and you're going to be able to make some serious headway with this particular Pokemon. In terms of the EV spread on Lugia, we've got 84 HP, 220 special attack, and a 204 speed with a modest nature. Moving on, we have Zacian here. And Zacian I really like. Honestly, I think the Pokemon's extremely overpowered. It's very overpowered. It's a fun Pokemon. It's not like it can't be countered by anything, but it is just a very powerful Pokemon. Obviously, we have it with our Rusted Sword, so that way we have the crowned version. You can use the non-crowned version. It does lose some stats here and there. I think the only benefit of running the non-crowned version is you get an item and you can Dynamax. So that is something to consider. However, I like crowned because it leaves you the opportunity to not have to rely on Dynamaxing your restricted Pokemon, and I really like that because it leads to some pretty cool stuff with stuff like G-Max Lapras and that kind of thing. So that gives you more options. You don't have to think of this as a Dynamax candidate, especially with things like Behemoth Blade dealing double damage to Dynamax Pokemon. This is a freaking threat on the field. Then I have Play Rough on it, Sacred Sword, and Protect with a 252 HP, 44 attack, and 212 speed with an adamant nature, just so I am doing big damage, you know, getting out there and doing my thing with this Pokemon. I really like it on this particular team. Pretty much this is a Lapdog team without the Thunderous or you know, that kind of stuff going on, and I find it to be a lot of fun and very successful. Incineroar. Good lord, I've used this Incineroar 1,000 times. It's just a staple. You're going to see it on every freaking team out there because it's so good. So Citrus Berry, Intimidate, Parting Shot, Darkest Lariat, Fake Out, Flare Blitz. Moving on, 244 HP, 4 attack, 72 defense, and 188 special defense with a careful nature. This thing's just going to take hits and do big damage with Flare Blitz. It's got the Fake Out Parting Shot for you to do some cheeky stuff, but then you also have the ability to hit him with the Darkest Lariat if you're going in on certain Pokemon like Shadow Calyrex, which honestly I haven't been seeing a ton of on this particular ladder. Granted, the series has not started yet, so people might not be playing a whole lot, but Shadow Calyrex isn't as big a threat as I thought it was going to be. You're mainly seeing, your Zacians, your Kyogres, stuff like that. You are going to see a lot of those particular Pokemon. Moving on, this is the big part of this team. This Pokemon is what holds this team together because it gives you that defense. This is pretty much every game my Dynamax option. I go in, I hit him with the G-Max Ice ability for G-Max Lapras, set both screens, and then just go to work. There is a fantastic Pokemon on this particular team, and it just sets up so much. It also has Water Absorb, so it's shutting down those Kyogre teams left and right. I really like this particular Pokemon in this situation. The moves on it: Freeze Dry, Protect, Hydro Pump, and Thunderbolt. Because we're not running it on the Drizzle team or a Rain team, I prefer having the Thunderbolt over Thunder. EV spreads, 196, 228 for special attack, and then 84 for speed with a modest nature. Got it with a Life Orb. I do also say weakness policy works very well for this Pokemon, so if you wanted to run something else on Lugia, there is an option, or if you wanted to just kind of copy and paste the rest of this team and throw in a different restricted Pokemon, then give Lapras the weakness policy, can prove to be very effective. Next up, we have our boy Raichu, and Raichu is just fantastic. It's just awesome to have on this team. Now, it's kind of just this cheeky little annoying Pokemon that people have to deal with. Obviously, we're rocking a Focus Sash on it as well as a Lightning Rod, so we can absorb those electric attacks. We got Fake Out, Volt Switch, Eerie Impulse, and Helping Hand. And the Volt Switch is so it can swap in and out with Incineroar and have that kind of, synergy with that Pokemon, because you can get it in, maybe you have to go up against the Calyrex or Zacian, and you can switch in your Incineroar and get that Intimidate, something like that, to get that Intimidate off. Super nice. So it's just a fun little annoying Pokemon that everybody has to deal with and can't take out the first turn unless they double into it. So that's what makes it so fun. So I have Fake Out, Volt Switch, Eerie Impulse, and Helping Hand. Eerie Impulse to mitigate any of those special attackers out there. Helping Hand to boost whatever is going on. I found a lot of success boosting a G-Max Lapras, Hydro Pump or whatever into certain Pokemon. That does so much damage. So it's a really nice little wombo combo there. But yeah, super nice for, either faking out, being annoying, and just kind of distracting other Pokemon. Very good in that regard. And then finally, a staple in so many teams, Rillaboom. Got a G-Max just in case, because, it is a Dynamax format. So we got Fake Out, Protect, High Horsepower, Grassy Glide with a Miracle Seed. I've used this particular Rillaboom 100 times before as well. Looking at the EV spread, we have 160, 252 for attack, 20 defense, and 76 special defense with an adamant nature. This team is fire. It's fun to play. There will be a Pokepace if you want to check it out, but I'm going to take us into a battle. I'm going to show it off right now for you guys. Alright, a Yveltal team. Honestly, we have a pretty strong case for Lapras into everything. What are we working with? It's going to be Lapras. I kind of don't mind Lapras and Incineroar. In terms of my back line, that's where things get kind of interesting. Zacian, for sure. And Rillaboom really doesn't do a whole lot for me here. But I think I'm going to end up bringing Rillaboom. I could potentially bring Lugia. That's another viable candidate for this particular team. Lugia does pretty well into a lot of those Pokemon. Because I do have Earth Power, so I can go into... The only thing with Rillaboom is I get the priority. This is a tricky one for my last Pokemon. We'll go Lugia. We'll just see what happens. We'll bring Lugia. We'll immediately go for our Dynamax here. We'll do what we do best. And then we'll just go for Parting Shot, honestly. I don't really need Incineroar in for this particular start. Groudon comes in, that's fine. That's perfectly fine with me. They go Sacred Fire. Wow, that did so much. Kind of insane how much that did, actually. We'll go for Parting Shot here. And Lugia comes out. Unfortunate they got that burn. That's going to pose serious problems for us. Grimmsnarl comes out. That's fine. We go for a guard here. We'll go Earth Power into Entei. I'm hopeful we can remove Entei from play because that's causing problems for us. But with the amount that Sacred Fire did, I definitely want to hold on to... Ooh. Okay, so basically a stall turn. We're going to... Do we go for the double? I think we just go for Max Geyser into that slot, and we'll go for another Earth Power into the Entei slot. Earth Power, decent damage. We're probably going to lose Lapras. Why did it do so much? I'm not familiar enough with Sacred Fire to know why it did so much. Okay. Regardless. Let's go for... Hydro Pump into Grimmsnarl. We'll do the same thing. We'll just keep chipping away. Actually, let's go for Thunderbolt in the Grimmsnarl. Just so we don't miss. And we'll go for another Earth Power. They're saving their Yveltal. Okay. Good play. Good play. Good thing we didn't go for an attack into that slot. Now we want... I think ideally we bring in Incineroar here. And we go for Parting Shot into Yveltal and just try to make this Pokemon useless. We do have Recover, which means we're going to have some problems. Let's look. I'm trying to figure out if I outspeed. I don't outspeed. They also have Light Screen. I have Recover instead of Protect. So that makes things a little difficult for me. I think they just ignore Incineroar, though, at this point. They ignore Incineroar, so I do get my beef up on there. I get my ability to debuff them. I think what I do is I go for Aeroblast. I'm assuming I'm going to take a hit. Ooh. Okay. They did not Dynamax, which shocks me. We bring out Zacian here. And we do Zacian things. We'll just go for... Actually, we'll go for Play Rough. Because... Ooh, do I want to? No, we'll just Behemoth Blade in case it goes for Dynamax. I actually feel better just rotating Incineroar back in and getting another Parting Shot on Yveltal. Just making this Pokemon useless is the biggest key to winning. Entei comes back. Behemoth Blade. We knock it out. We just won. We just won right there. Okay. Grimmsnarl comes back. Has Fake Out. I mean, I think what we do is we just go for that. We Fake Out Grimmsnarl. We just won right there. This team is so fun. Gosh, that team's so fun. We go right for the Entei with a Sacred Sword. That should... unless it's that beefy, it should knock it out. Ooh, we should have gone for Behemoth Blade. I completely forgot that they just ignored the fact that they had Dynamax with the Yveltal. I find that weird. I mean, I think the ideal play is we protect and we parting shot into the Entei, because we can take another hit from the Entei. I think that's the ideal play is we parting shot here. Make it weak as we possibly can. That's a tricky thing with Dynamax. You got to remember if they Dynamax, when they Dynamax. It's so funny. Okay, Fake Tears comes out. Nothing significant there. They go for the same play. We hang on, just barely. Parting shot. Perfect. Lugia comes back out. And now we're in pretty good position here. We just double into Entei. They Fake Tears onto Lugia. Big damage. Big damage. Earth Power. Knock it out. Boom. Let's go. Let's go. GG. Love this team. So fun. So fun. So there's the team for you guys. Like I said, there is a Pokepaste in the comments below. You guys can check this out for yourself. It's just really, really fun to use. I really enjoy it. It's a combination of two of my favorite teams from a previous series, like I said. So it's familiar for me, and because of that, it's so fun. But that is going to be it for this one. There will be additional VGC videos coming in the future, as well as I'm continuing my BDSP coverage. You know, everybody's kind of like moved away. If you're not a competitive player, you don't really like VGC. Well, not VGC, excuse me, BDSP. And some people, even if they're competitive, don't like BDSP, but it's so fresh, and I'm getting so tired of the Pokemon in Sword and Shield at this point that I really am enjoying my time playing BDSP, as well as the fact that I'm playing it as a singles game instead of a doubles game, which I've been so prevalent in Sword and Shield. I almost exclusively play VGC in Sword and Shield. It's a nice, fresh, it's a, I can't English. It's a breath of fresh air is what I'm trying to say. But that is going to be it. I'm going to stop talking before I stutter anymore. So if you found the video entertaining and helpful, make sure you leave a like, smash the subscribe button for more stuff like this in the future, and I hope to see y'all in the next video.